Welcome to Real Life and Real Estate. My name is Nikki Robbs. I'm your local real estate agent serving Tacoma, Puyallup, and so much more. Now, today I wanted to go over open house etiquette for both buyers and sellers. And when is a better time to do that than actually being at an open house? I've got some other clips that I'm going to have Will, my editor, weave into this, and let's talk about what to expect when you're at an open house, what to expect when you're preparing for an open house. So, buyers, I'm going to start with you. Buyers, here's why I want you to go to an open house. First of all, it gives you a really good feel for what is the current price and what is the current condition matching that price in the area where you would like to live. So whether that is North Bend, Seattle, Poulsbo, Tacoma, Bremerton, Bonnie Lake, each one of those things has a micro market, and you won't get to know the micro market until you are in it, living it, feeling it. I really want you to go to a lot of open houses, as many as you possibly can before meeting a real estate agent and before committing to a real estate agent. Why? One, understanding each city and each neighborhood's micro market. 700 in one place and 700 in another place are completely different things. You need to know what you can buy and whether or not you actually want to buy in that area. Utilize open houses to drive around the neighborhood and do your neighborhood research. Know whether there is a park nearby, a school nearby, a busy road, power lines, where are the highways, what's the commute time, what does it look like? That's a good time to do your neighborhood review, is on your way to and from open houses. Do look around your budget. If you have already spoken to a lender and you know what your budget is, that's great. Then visit open houses that are about $10,000 over and under your projected budget, because the ones that are over may fall into your price point. The ones that are under might be a really good deal for you. You never know. What to expect when you go to an open house. First of all, the agent who is hosting the open house might not be the listing agent. They might not know every detail of the house. They might just be a host, like what I'm doing today. And they may be here trying to get leads and to meet buyers, which is what I'm doing today, to buy this house, because it's not my listing. And so I really can give you my individual attention and not need to worry about, oh, well, the seller's goals and the seller's finances. You would be my buyer if we hit it off. I utilize open houses to meet people, and you can too. You can use open houses to interview real estate agents, not in a formal way, but at least in a casual way. Get to know people, get to know a few real estate agents, and decide, hey, I'd really like to talk to them again. That's a good sign. When you are coming to an open house, take a notice of who is on the sign. That's the listing agent. Now, who is inside? If they introduce themselves or they offer their card to you, now you know this is either the listing agent or it is a host, another real estate agent that is looking to help buyers. Also, pay attention to the signs. Make sure you're at the correct house that you were hoping to be at. There should be a for sale sign in the yard or across the street or some other direction indicating this is the open house. When you are at an open house, be prepared to take your shoes off. We offer booties, especially during the rainy months of the year. We know that, gosh, you probably had to walk through at least one mud puddle to get here. We're trying to help the house stay as clean as we can. Let's cover the shoes. Be prepared for that. Also be prepared on the outside of the house. If there is a Ring doorbell, then do not start falling in love with the house. That can get very deceiving when the sellers are listening in. Always assume the seller is listening in. They cannot record, but they could watch in real time. If they're watching in real time and the first thing you say is, I love it, let's go get an agent, let's call our lender, and let's make an offer, that gets their hopes up and it gets complicated when it comes to negotiating. So don't say much. When you do come into the house, also look around for security cameras. If there's any there, then again, don't say much. Keep it neutral and keep it professional. I really like this room. What an interesting color of wall paint. Would you do that? I would think I would put my couch here. Just keep it generic and not ultra personal. Don't say anything about finances. Don't say anything about schools, school district, or your family makeup. We don't want to accidentally leak anything that could work against you or work against us when it does come time to negotiations. Already mentioned do your neighborhood research. Okay. And next, be prepared to leave your contact information. This is still 100% your choice. We're not in COVID, and I don't need your contact information to tell you that someone at the open house may have gotten you sick. However, treat this like networking. I'm not going to hassle you, but if you leave your contact information, at least it helps me do two things. For one thing, if I feel like we had a good connection, I can reach out and say, hey, how are you? What did you think of the house? Did you see anything else that you saw that day? And you know what? You're free to ghost me. You really are. Secondly, it helps me track the traffic. I have had houses where there were so many openings and there were so many people. I think it was 75 people. But without people leaving their contact information, I'm just going around the house trying to serve people, trying to answer questions, and also trying to keep a mental note of, have I seen them before? That's why we have these little roster sheets. Who has been here? How many people have been here? It really does help us track the traffic. And if something were to happen, we know how to reach you. So let's keep in mind some of our habits from COVID have been really good, like the standing 6 feet away. Still one of my favorites. I love having personal space. Now for sellers, this is your house. It's your house. It's your home. And why are we even hosting an open house? We're hosting an open house, first of all, because your home is on the market. What are the goals of the open house? There are 3 goals that every agent is going to have. Number 1, it can generate some traffic. Sometimes that is foot traffic and it is neighbors. Number 2, it could be online traffic. Somehow just noting that there's an open house listed can generate a little bit of online buzz and a little bit of online interest. And then third, we are hosting that open house to find a buyer. Now, maybe they don't want to buy your house, but they do want to buy something, and then that equals a new client for me. And so, yes, I'm going to host an open house, and my primary target is, first of all, sell your house, and second of all, find a new client. So that's what we're going to do. To be prepared for an open house, put away the pets. Put away the pets probably as early as you possibly can. Take them with you if that is possible. Prepare children. Obviously, they're going to go with you. Be prepared to be out of the house a minimum of 30 minutes before your open house and 30 minutes after the open house. You may even need to drive by and just see how many cars. When we were having a really hot market, then people lingered at the open house and it could get awkward. I try and shoo people out politely. So give a 30-minute buffer on either side of your open house. That will make it a lot easier for guests who arrived at the last minute to still feel like they saw the house and they did it justice. What kind of cleaning do you need to do before an open house? Number 1, you've got to put away valuables and medications. Put them far away, put them in your car if you can, hide them, lock them up. I've never had it happen, but I don't ever want it to happen. I don't ever want it to happen on my watch that something was stolen or missing during an open house. So let's just be safe and put those things far, far away. A lot of times if it's just not within eyesight, that makes it a lot easier. Now, what kind of cleaning do you need to do? Well, since you already decluttered to the point of having your listing photos taken, you're almost there. All you need to do now is make it look like your listing photos, or at least close to it. And that can be putting your dishes in the dishwasher and closing it. Make sure there's no dishes on the sink. Putting any food away in the fridge or in the pantry. Clean those counters. Clear counters in the kitchen and the bathroom make a huge difference. No hair product, no skin product, put it all away. Make the beds, very important. It's a little thing, right? Making the bed is such a little thing, but it really can have a big impact when we're looking at a lot of houses, and some houses just feel more ready than others. Making the bed can do that for everybody. Make sure you've got no important papers, preferably no papers, no loose papers out of any kind. Make sure that your computers are locked down, fully closed, fully off. I'd hate for anyone to use that against you. And now you've done all this. Prepare, go outside, go somewhere, take everybody to pets or kids or whatever combination you have, and go do something interesting that takes their mind off of, oh my gosh, there's people in my house. Some children are more sensitive to that, more dogs can be more sensitive to that, and some of us are sensitive to that. Go do something fun. go have coffee with a friend, go explore a new park, or maybe head toward your next home, wherever that may be. Hopefully it's not too far away and you can go drive that neighborhood, start thinking about, oh yeah, I forgot that that neighbor has that color of roof. What an interesting thing to do. Now, sellers, last thing, prepare to have feedback. It might be zero feedback, and zero feedback is feedback. Sometimes we have open houses where nobody comes at all. That's true. But if that's the case, then we generated some online buzz. Now, if we had neighbors come, they will usually say something, but if we have serious buyers come, they've been trained, as you just heard me say, to say nothing. If they were really serious and they're working with an agent and they're utilizing this open house to simply it was convenient and they got to see it now, those serious buyers are going to give the least amount of feedback because they don't want to hurt their negotiations. No feedback is still feedback. And what that says is, right? What was the traffic like? Now, your agent or the agent that hosted the open house should be able to tell you, oh, we had 17 people, we had 3 people, we had 0 people. And then your agent will be able to track the online interest and say, well, we got more hearts on Redfin and got more saves on Zillow. I can't actually see those, but since I favorite your home, sometimes I get those alerts too. And then for our local MLS, I can see, oh, we had more agents taking a look at this house and more of their clients were a good match for this house. So there you go. That is open house etiquette. And I know that was only 12 minutes, but I did film an actual walkthrough through this open house and Will's going to edit that in. So here's the ending. For today's podcast, we are talking about an open house. And since I'm at an open house, I would like to walk you through what to expect. So buyers, I know it seems like, hey, it's an open house. It's not that hard, but there are some tips and tricks that I would like you to know so that you're not surprised when it happens. Let's start. Things first, there should be signs in front of the house. That's pretty self-explanatory. Free to ring the doorbell or knock, but it is not 100% required. There should be booties right here to cover your shoes, or please remove your shoes. Next, you will walk into the house and there may or may not be furniture, but there should be an agent nearby getting ready to receive you. Here in the kitchen, you will see flyers, you'll see business cards, you'll see something like this. Our sellers appreciate you signing in, and there will be a method for you to leave your contact information. There are many reasons why this is important. We want you to leave your contact information for a variety of reasons. Now, we really were strict about this during COVID because that was the way we were going to contact you in case there was an infection that you needed to be notified about. But now we use it mostly to track the traffic of the open house. We also use it to stay in touch. If we felt like we had a good conversation and there was a good connection between the buyer or potential buyer and myself, the real estate agent hosting the open house, I just want to text you or email you and say, hey, how is it going? Now, it is not required for you to leave your contact information, but it sure is preferred. For one thing, at a very busy open house, it can be difficult to track the traffic. Sometimes people are going, people are coming, and there's a lot of conversations happening at once. And if you can leave your contact information, that will help me give better data to the seller and let them know, okay, we had 3 visitors, we had 30 visitors. Having that documented can help the seller and the listing agent very well. In other states or in areas where this is a more common practice, but this is not the case in the Seattle, Tacoma, Western Washington area, we have what's called a buyer agency agreement that is not required at an open house. However, if you would like to contract my services to help show you houses, we do have to go over that agreement and talk about it. It can take about 20 minutes or less to go over this legal document that defines our relationship. And I am not allowed to even open one single door until that is signed. So let's talk about it in detail and in private. This house, this really isn't an issue, but something I want you to be aware of as a buyer is security cameras and Ring doorbells. The seller is not allowed to record. However, sellers can watch in real time as you tour their home. When that is happening and you're aware of security cameras, first of all, don't do anything you weren't going to do anyway. And second of all, really watch what you say. It is my preference when working with a buyer and we visit a house, whether it's an open house or not, to not discuss, our feelings about the home. Simply stick to generic comments of, oh, this room is really large. Do you think our furniture will fit here? Don't fall in love with the house if you know there are security cameras or a Ring doorbell. For buyers, don't be snoopy, but we do want you to take advantage of the open house and really, really get a feel for what it would look like to live here. Do go through the kitchen. Feel free to open and close the doors. I know most people are looking for soft closed drawers. When you're in the living room, take measurements and get a good feel for whether or not this is something you want to pursue. When you're in the bedrooms, take measurements, check out those windows, check out the view. Do your due diligence when you are at an open house. When you're in the bathroom, feel free to turn on the water. Try not to use the toilet. It's just a thing, okay? We're not really cleaning that well before or after an open house, so make it easy on us and don't use the toilet at an open house. But if you want to run the water in the sink, yeah. Save any other in-depth things for when you have your agent with you and you are actually getting ready to put in an offer on the house, or it's at the inspection. That's really the time to do everything. Right now, you're just getting a feel for it. So do tour. Go ahead and open the closets and let's see, is that enough room for your collection? Where are the musical instruments gonna go? I don't know. That's something we can discuss now at an open house. Like I mentioned when I was talking about the security cameras, do not do anything you wouldn't normally do. That being said, don't steal, don't be ultra snoopy. Dresser drawers are generally off limits, okay? Kitchen drawers, need to know. Bathroom drawers, sort of need to know. Dresser drawers, absolutely not. Don't touch that. If you're at an open house with children, I strongly suggest that you bring some things for your children to hold while they're at the open house. If possible, stress balls and other small squishy things are a really good way to keep their hands busy. Buyers, on your way out, do not forget to leave your shoe booties behind. Doesn't happen very often. Usually you try to get them off as soon as possible and then just leave via the front door and on to the next one. It's very easy, very simple, but do be aware of security, personal issues, and watch your own children and their hands. So sellers, I'm at this open house and we did have some good traffic earlier, but I want you to notice there's nobody here right now. So you know what we do? As real estate agents, we can do quite a variety of tasks during an open house that doesn't take us away from serving the buyer as soon as they walk in the door. One of my favorite things is to work on my videos and work on my social media because it's something I can easily put down again. When we're at your house, I don't take it lightly that it is very much your house, and I'm just trying to be a good host within your house. You can make this easy for us by having it clean and ready to go. Kind of clean is clean for an open house. Dishes need to be inside the dishwasher. Food needs to be put away. Important papers need to be put away. Anything that's valuable or medication should be put away and or locked up. Beyond that, remove the pets, remove the children. That's kind of it. Once your home has been photographed and is ready for listing, our goal is to maintain that image as closely as possible. So while we do want it to be lived in, it's not very often that we actually want to have a vacant house. There's certain things that will help people have the best experience in your house. And one of those things is clean counters. You've decluttered this far. You're almost there. You can declutter now every time we have an open house and every time you have a showing. Bathroom counters, kitchen counters, they need to be very, very clear. Oh, you didn't mop today? Oh, you didn't vacuum today? That's not that big a deal as long as the mopping and vacuuming is still happening on a consistent basis. Sellers, at the end of an open house, the real estate agent that hosted, whether that was your agent or another agent, they will give as much feedback as they possibly can. However, sometimes that does mean zero feedback. Sometimes we have zero visitors, or sometimes the people that came through just didn't leave any feedback. They had nothing good to say. They had nothing bad to say. They just really didn't say anything at all. Neighbors are usually the more opinionated of the group, and they will usually tell you to your face, often at the mailbox. So after everything is done and the host of the open house has left and locked up your house, then feel free to return as soon as you get that notification, and then wait for your agent to give you the rundown if any is possible. Thank you so much for listening to Real Life in Real Estate. This is the real life stuff of buying and selling a home. And these are the questions that are frequently asked, both of buyers and sellers. At this open house, I had some people come through that are not ready to buy a house, but they did have a lot of questions. And that is one of the funnest parts of an open house, is knowing that you're not ready, but you are taking steps to get ready. And that's really important, because you might be ready in 1 month or you might be ready in 1 year. And either way, I got to have a hand in educating you and helping you be more prepared than you were yesterday. So thank you for listening to Real Life in Real Estate. Thank you to Will Robs, my video editor. And next time you're ready to talk real estate, just hit me up. Let's go book a tour, let's have coffee, and let's get you home.